Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, my little degenerates. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate, here back at it again for another video. And ooh wee, I have some good news. I have a new mic. Your boy hopefully sounds sexy. Hopefully he sounds a little spicy. Hopefully he's talking that swag shit, baby. Nah. I hopefully you guys are enjoying the quality. I had to. A lot of people on my Spider-Man video was like, they want to see some upgrades to the shit. So your boy's been listening. Your boy's been paying attention. So yeah. I did get a new mic. Hopefully the quality's there. Please let me know in the comment section below if you enjoy the quality of my voice. For my ladies, let me know in the comment sections. Does this shit turn you on? Make you all wet and gushy inside? Now, all jokes aside, that's not what we here for. We not here for the fucking women, alright?
We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
We here to talk about some motherfucking fighting games. And I've been slacking on the fighting game content. I really love fighting games. I love talking about them. But I haven't been playing a lot to really talk about them. But this is going to change with this video right here. Because apparently Mortal Kombat 1 is officially dead. Apparently. Or is going to be officially over. After the Khaos Reigns final 2 characters come out at the time of this recording. Apparently, Season Pass 3, aka Combat Pass 3, is officially canceled by NRS, and they are moving on. And this all comes from this Reddit user by the name of Fate Unknown. He has spilled tea on multiple MK games before, so he has a reputable source, probably someone who works at NRS, has told him this information, and he spilled some tea earlier these few days, talking about Mortal Kombat 1's future, and he gave pretty much a really sour taste, very spilled the tea, the hot ass tea on the fans' fucking face by saying there will, after Khaos Reigns final 2 DLC, there will be no more support for Mortal Kombat 1. We're moving on. The closest thing we will probably get is probably 2 more cameos and balance patches, and that's about it on the situation. He then later on doubles down and adds even more information on why we're not getting any more DLC. Apparently, it's because Khaos Reigns sold very poorly, which I'm not surprised about that, if I'm being honest. And then he elaborates on what the DLC characters were going to be. He elaborates that we were going to get 1 new guest character in particular. The guest character was going to be a character that's a fan favorite that has been a previous Mortal Kombat game before. But then he said the rest of the pack was going to be basically a fan appreciation pack, which is basically was going to include Kano, Sonya Blade, Kun-Jin, my boy Kun-Jin, Jade, and Cassie K. So we were all together going to get 6 DLC characters, and that would have probably been the end or pretty much the 3rd DLC cast characters. And this has everybody over at the NRS community up on arms. Like, we're waiting for information from Ed Boon or any of the co-workers or the fucking developers of NRS to come out and say something. No, at the time of this recording, no one has said anything to my knowledge. And it's just been a really, really crazy time period to be a NRS fan. And then like they kind of announced another world tour mode, like another tournament, and it's just like so crazy how all this shit happened. And then you got the community all up in arms, losing their fucking minds. Everyone's just like some people's like in denial and saying this shit is not real. Like, no, this can't be real. Then you have other people that's like very doom and gloom. And so my honest thoughts on this whole situation is pretty much this. You know, my initial reaction to this was generally like, oh, well, damn, like I expected this to happen, but I'm like, ooh, like I wasn't expecting it to like really hit already. Like I thought at least we would have heard something, or we would have gotten at least the third DLC, and then that was it. And then we'll have to wait and see if we can earn Season Pass 4 or Season Pass 5. Because a lot of people's been taking Ed Boon's voice and saying like, hey, he said he wants to do more than just 2-year worth of content. And everyone's been quoting him on that shit. But I think a lot of people don't understand business. And y'all don't understand, as much as we love Ed Boon, and as much as Ed Boon can talk that shit, and he can say he wants this and he wants that, ultimately, he's just a pawn in a bigger game. He's owned by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers owns Mortal Kombat. They own Mortal Kombat, DC, Harry Potter, and Game of Thrones. Because David Zaslav, the owner of Warner Brothers, the president of Warner Brothers, literally said that's the big four. And that's the only shit they give a fuck about. And let's be real, Warner Brothers has not been doing great. DC is kind of like, you know, at this point getting rebooted. Harry Potter is doing well, but is in a bit of a controversy. Or is not doing well. I forgot. We haven't had a new movie in quite a while, so it's not really doing well. Game of Thrones is chugging along. And Mortal Kombat, in particular Mortal Kombat 1 case, came out a mess. It came out a mess. And I said it in my MK1 beta review or impressions, that I thought the game really had a lot of good ideas and a lot of great ideas that I can't wait to see it be explored. But the game needed a delay. And the game didn't come out with a delay, and the game just came out very buggy, very messy, had a lot of technical issues. We had the player one advantage glitch. That was fucking weird. We had glitches where cameos wouldn't come out when you're pressing the button to do the cameo. It wouldn't come out. So much nonsense going on, and it just was so piss poor. Like, out of all the MK games, this was like the most broken MK game I've ever played. And it was even more telling that we were missing features that didn't even come in until recently Khaos Reigns. I don't think we had time the fucking tower mode until Khaos Reigns came, you know, it was just weird shit. And then don't even get me started on the online. The online was shit, awful, dreadful. And then when you look at the big three, the other games, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, especially Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 came out banging, came out hard, came out fast. Online was impeccable. It had tons of content ready to go, and it was, I would almost say, a flawless opening. Like, it was truly amazing the first week of that game. Tekken, same way. Even though we had a little controversy with the microtransactions and not announcing or saying any of that, that game ran pretty well, and it came out pretty well. We did need some fixes for like mechanics, but for the most part, it came out swinging pretty well. Mortal Kombat was the only game that didn't come out swinging, and that's weird considering that MK11, regardless of how you feel about that game, and I personally don't like MK11. I have been very vocal about I don't like MK11. I don't like that they turned a combo heavy game into a very footsie style game. I did not like that. I didn't like the breakaway. I didn't like anything about MK11 other than the presentation. That is it. I would argue MK11 is more of a complete package than MK1. And that's wild coming from me, someone who I would argue really loves our MK1. Like MK1, with all of its flaws, I really enjoyed. I think it has some of the coolest combat combo scenarios I've played in the NRS since MKX. I like the idea of the cameo system, and for the most part, I really enjoyed the story mode that they had up until the third act. I think the third act is trash, and I really do like the idea of this reboot universe. But man, NRS really dropped the ball, and I don't personally blame them. I blame Warner Brothers, but at the same time, there is certain decisions that they have made that I'm just kind of like, man, like this is, I'm not surprised that we may not get another season of this game. Because truth be told, this game should have came out way better than what it was. Way better, man. Way better. I don't know what anybody was thinking at NetherRealm, not looking at the success of Street Fighter 6 and not copying the fuck out of that. They should have written a fucking essay on why we need to pay close attention to Street Fighter 6. And then also, what didn't help Mortal Kombat 1 in the slightest was the microtransactions / DLC. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say and start this whole conversation about, you know, microtransactions and, you know, should they be in our fighting game or whatever, or should we monopolize fighting games or whatever. I ain't gonna get into that in this video. But what I will say, out of all the fighting games, out of the big three, MK did this shit the worst. By far the worst out of the big three. Like, I was actually kind of surprised how bad MK handled their DLC and post-launch support than all of them. Not only did we have ridiculous price for like costumes, like really ridiculous price on costumes, and like fatalities were like mad expensive, but you couldn't even get you had to wait on a particular time period to get certain costumes and certain stuff. Mortal Kombat, I don't think any of the other Mortal Kombat games that did this shit. In particular, I know for a fact, fucking Street Fighter and Tekken does not do this shit. So again, that was clearly some corporate cocksuckers up there that did this shit, but it damaged the game reputation. And, you know, and in terms of DLC, you know, Khaos Reigns, you know, again, just silly decisions. Like, why is this shit like 50 fucking bucks? Like, I get it, it has a story mode, and I know the animators and everybody had to work hard on that story mode, but that story mode is just shit. Like, let's call a spade a spade. The story mode is a piece of shit in Khaos Reigns. We've been waiting years and years for Havoc. They've been teasing Havoc to be this cool villain and whatnot, and he's trash. Not to mention, there's no purpose of having gender-bent versions of Sector and Cyrax. I like Cyrax, the yellow mustard. I love her accent and whatnot. But let's be real here. Why is he a she? Like, what was the point of gender bent? It served no purpose to the story other than, oh, Sub-Zero and Scorpion fucked both of them at one point. I'm like, who cares? Like, that is irrelevant. So again, there's these weird decisions that NRS has made that has damaged the game's like reputation. Am I saying that the game is bad? No, like, I love playing it. Hell, you're seeing footage right fucking here of me getting my ass handed to me at Mortal Kombat 1, and I'm still enjoying the fucking game. Like, I really enjoy a game. Like, I've never been interested in fucking Smoke, and this game makes Smoke the coolest motherfucker. Like, I love Smoke. You know, Sector, I've never been into Sector, but her animations are so fucking cool. I play her. Like, she's fucking awesome. You know, all these characters, man, it's like cool. You know, like, I love that they give my girl Melina so much love. Like, they heard the complaints of MK11. And they're like, it's time to turn the fuck up. Like, they do her so good in the story mode and everything. Like, her costumes are awesome. Like, she gets so much love. So I like the game, but I think it was too little too late in a lot of the situation. And I just think that, you know, if the game was taking a little bit more time to heat in the oven, we wouldn't be in this situation. You know, as much as, you know, Sonic Fox, I respect him as a tournament player, and he's the best of the best. I don't know how he can even sit there and say, like, this game is back, when, yeah, it's definitely gotten its shit together, but we can't ignore what happened in the past. Like, and this is coming from a casual's perspective. Like, we can't ignore this. And I know other people's not a fan of the cameo system. Even Maximilian has said, like, the cameo system has been wonky. I agree. I've been very vocal since the beta that the fucking cameo system is wonky as fuck. Why is it that my character kind of has to do a pose in certain cameo moves? Like, they do a stupid ass fucking pose while the cameo's doing their move. I don't know why they just didn't make it like like fucking Street Fighter or not Street Fighter, fucking a Marvel vs. Capcom game where you can freely move when your cameo or your assist character do their move. It's very limiting and it's very annoying, and I just don't like it. But other than that, I truly do like the game. But I can see why NetherRealm, or in particular Warner Brothers, it's just kind of like, no, like, this game is kind of like, we only made like 400 to 500 million copies. That's great and all, that's cool, but MK11 made way more than that. So we should be either making the same amount or more. Why are we making less? So if we gotta reboot the shit again, we're gonna reboot it. So again, I just completely understand their mindset. I don't like it, but I understand it. Again, your first impression of a fighting game is so important. You know, that initial first impression is so important, and it truly lays down the foundation of how people's gonna feel about your fucking game. You know? And this goes through not only just video games, this goes through life. If you do not have a good first impression of somebody, you know, it's very hard to change that person's opinion about it. It really is. And that's the same thing what happened with Street Fighter V. You know, Street Fighter V came out, and that game was rough as fuck. I don't need to tell you how bad Street Fighter V was. That game strictly was made for fighting game enthusiasts, and that's it. But that's not the only thing that's gonna carry your game. That's gonna make it have a legacy, but you need the casuals to come in and actually want to make it have a lasting game. And you know, the sad part about MK1, if the rumors are true, is that it may not get that chance. You know, it may not get that chance because this isn't like a Capcom. Capcom, they're going to probably fight tooth and nails to make sure that this game gets enough content. We're going to work with this game as much as we can. But when you're dealing with a company who, to be frank, is not making that much money, or is struggling financially, and you're hearing rumors that they're going to get sold and whatnot, why would I continue putting in more and more money on something that is potentially doing good when we could just make Mortal Kombat 2 and make more money, or make Injustice 3 and make more money? You know, it is what it is. Hopefully, what I'm hoping is that this is just a rumor. There's 20% of me believes that this is just false and that we will just get the characters, because I would really like Sonya in the game. I'm really like, some characters in this game is cool, but again, I know fucking Roofmonger is gonna fucking suck off, you know, he's gonna suck off fucking Conan the Barbarian, but let's be real, we come to Mortal Kombat for Mortal Kombat characters, and some of the shit in this roster, and especially the DLC, is like, motherfucker, this is a reboot universe. Can I please get my characters that I want? We heard Jade. Where's Jade in this fucking universe? Like, Sonya's a fucking cameo? The first female character in a Mortal Kombat game. She's reduced nothing to a cameo? Ridiculous. This is shit that I just be talking about with MK1. Like, just ridiculous shit. So overall, I want to be optimistic and pray that we will get Combat Pack 3, because I do see the vision. I do think the game has gotten a lot better than what it was initially, when it was fucking online with shit. The fucking cameo system was very limiting. You know, certain elements of the game was broken or just was missing a lot of features that's in the game right now. But the problem is it's a little too late. And all we can hope is that when we get MK2, that they will learn from their lesson and Warner Brothers will actually let them fucking cook and release a better product. Because MK1, I love it. I think it's better than MK11. But this shit started off rough. And we can't ignore that. And if we can't ignore that, Warner Brothers is sure as hell not gonna tolerate that. With all that being said, I'm gonna do it for this video. If you're new to the channel, please comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know, do you think this rumor is true? Comment below, let me know. Is this the end of MK1? I hope not. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this fucking game. But comment below and let me know. And as always, stay tuned. More videos are on the way. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate, signing out. Have a good one.